History is often defined by its great rivalries, but few can match the sheer scale and consequence of the one that pitted a Carthaginian genius against a Roman prodigy. This is the story of two titans, Hannibal Barca and Scipio Africanus, whose clash of wills would determine the fate of empires. Our story begins not on a battlefield but at an altar. A 9-year-old boy, Hannibal, places his hand on a sacrifice and swears an oath to his father, the great general Hamilcar Barca. He vows that as long as he lives, he will forever be an enemy of Rome. Years later, that vow echoes through the snow-capped peaks of the Alps. Hannibal, now a commander of unparalleled charisma, leads a vast army of mercenaries and, most famously, his war elephants, on an audacious trek across the mountains. This seemingly impossible feat is just the beginning. In a stunning display of military brilliance, Hannibal descends into Italy and inflicts a series of devastating defeats upon the Roman Republic. At the Trebia River, he lays a masterful ambush. At Lake Trasimene, he annihilates an entire consular army. And at Cannae, he executes a perfect double envelopment, a tactical masterpiece that results in one of the bloodiest days in Roman history. For over a decade, Hannibal rampages through Italy, a specter of defeat haunting the very gates of Rome. But from the ashes of these disasters, a new Roman hero emerges. Publius Cornelius Scipio, a young aristocrat who barely survived the slaughter at Cannae, does not despair. Instead, he studies. He obsesses over Hannibal's tactics, dissecting every feint, every ambush, every audacious maneuver. He learns from the man who has brought his people to the brink of ruin. Given command in Spain, Scipio puts these lessons into practice. He captures the enemy's capital, Carthago Nova, in a surprise assault and systematically drives the Carthaginian forces from the Iberian Peninsula. He proves himself to be not just a student of Hannibal but his equal, a commander with his own brand of audacity and strategic genius. The stage is being set for an epic confrontation. With Spain secured, Scipio proposes a daring and controversial plan to the Roman Senate: take the war to Africa. Instead of chasing Hannibal's phantom army around Italy, he argues, Rome must strike at the heart of the enemy, Carthage itself. The strategy is a gamble, but it pays off, as Scipio's legions land and begin winning victories on Carthaginian soil. A panicked Carthage recalls its greatest general. After 15 years in enemy territory, Hannibal is forced to abandon his Italian campaign, his ultimate goal of conquering Rome itself left unfulfilled. He returns to his homeland not as a triumphant conqueror, but as its last and only hope for survival. The endgame arrives on the dusty plains of Zama. The two greatest generals of their age finally face each other across a battlefield. On one side, Hannibal, with his veteran infantry and a terrifying screen of 80 war elephants. On the other, Scipio, with his disciplined Roman legions and superior cavalry. The two commanders, mounted on horseback, survey the opposing lines, a silent acknowledgement of the moment's historic weight. The battle commences with the thunderous charge of Hannibal's elephants, but Scipio is prepared. He has trained his men to open lanes in their formation, channeling the panicked beasts harmlessly through their ranks while peppering them with javelins. In the chaos, Scipio's cavalry, led by his Numidian ally Massinissa, smashes the Carthaginian horsemen and sweeps them from the field. The infantry lines then crash together in a brutal, grinding struggle. For a time, Hannibal's veterans seem to have the upper hand, but just as they are about to claim victory, Scipio's cavalry returns, slamming into the Carthaginian rear. Outflanked and surrounded, Hannibal's legendary army is finally broken. The battle is lost, and with it the war. Hannibal, the boogeyman of Rome, becomes a fugitive, living out his days in exile at the courts of foreign kings, forever hunted by the city he once swore to destroy. He remains a respected but ultimately tragic figure, a military genius who came closer than anyone to breaking Rome's power. The rivalry between Hannibal and Scipio was more than a contest of generals. It was a crucible that forged the Roman Empire. Their story stands as a timeless epic of strategy, ambition, and the thin line that separates victory from defeat, forever etching their names into the annals of history.